Hi, Susan Hamilton here, Chief Executive Officer at OBBM Business Media, coming to you from our lovely home office, the last days of our lovely home office. I'm getting very excited about our new studio space that you've been hearing me talk about. But I wanted to ask you, I got into a conversation about the way things are getting marketed today. So one of the things that you've been getting on a regular basis through the Offbeat Business event calendar is the dates from our event calendar about training, about business training. We want you to take advantage of all that stuff, especially if I can get it to you free or even reduced rate. I want you to take some time to focus on the things that make you awesome, because we get so busy in the day-to-day of our things that we miss out on some nuances that you can get from regular business training that are important. And you need to look at it like, well, geez, in the 5th grade, you're going to spend the first semester going over 4th grade things, because that's how we learn. And your life in business is no different. Large corporations know this, and they spend a lot of time through the HR departments making sure that each area of the business is covered in new training. And so it's an important mindset I want you to get. But here's the thing. So I have been trusting a company out of Canada that is bringing a whole new group of resources here in America. And I checked them out. And actually, I really liked it, because a lot of my client base got really excited about it and started improving through this. And so I started looking closer at it and using some of the tutorials myself. And oh my goodness, stuff that I had really not applied to my style of business, to my type of business. And look what I did. Same error. So many people in our market do. We say, oh, that kind of training goes for them. It doesn't apply to my business. And that was a mistake that I made. So I started doing it. And what I'm talking about is just something as simple as a one-page business plan. I've known to do that for a long time, but our goals are extensive. We actually have about a 12-page business plan, and there are so many things about it that I refer to, but not as frequently as you get to with a one-page business plan, to keep your goals right, your immediate goals right in front of you. And anyway, it was a great thing. Now, so here's the thing. I started promoting this group and started giving away tickets to my people to get into it. And then I go into the calendar. Here I am pushing out these notifications, and they have canceled the Dallas trainings. And I went, oh my goodness, I've got to all my trouble to do what I need to do to make sure you get that stuff, and then they cancel it? Not cool. What's up with that? But they really rectified it well. They called me and said, listen, here's what's going on. We need to reevaluate what's going on in the Dallas market, because they didn't respond the way they're responding in Canada. And we need to really look at this before we lose our shirt. And so as I'm listening to him, I'm going, A lot of the things that I've been suspecting over the years that grew really large in me last year, and particularly towards the end of last year, are absolutely evident today by everyone else but who? American business, American local family business. And you got to get this. Any of you marketers, any of you digital marketers out there, friends, we are done with the funnel. And large companies are in really great names are still approaching us like this, and they're sending it out through the chats in Facebook. They're still using areas where the local family business is starting to go, you know what, I think for years I've wasted time here, and I think I'm going to quit playing their game. And there's wisdom in that, and that's the reason Offbeat Business Media does things differently, because we've got to start recognizing that if we're going to swim with everyone else, as long as if everyone's zigging and you're zagging, and that's the way you want to do things, you're going to be competing with people, and it's much harder to elevate your brand above the noise. But here's what I really want you to understand. While that's a great marketing perspective, and you need to know that as the owner of your business, here's the bigger thing. There's no love in it. Now, that goes against what people are saying. Let me help you understand that. A lot of people say, well, you got to be where they are. That's love. That's giving them that's something, those little nuances free. Give it to them, give it to them, give it to them. Well, that's not what's happening. What's happening instead are your Facebook Lives and your funnels and all of those, your sponsored ads. You're getting a lot of people saying, yeah, dig it, and they're not even clicking through. They're not reading this stuff, and they don't care. They're not participating in what's going on. It's more of a social feel-good metric. And that's a problem because you're wasting time in that area. Now you're not loving anybody. It's become more about ego. It's become more about making sure you're in this space, which is a phrase I used for years. I get it. But we got to think different today. Today's consumer, you're going to love them by being much more authentic with them and giving them some meat, guys. They need to know that you are different. And if you're behaving like everybody else, you're not different. All right, so the phrase that was used this morning was the phrase goldfish. Oh, you gotta, pay attention to the fact that they've got this goldfish mentality. They're gonna look at something and look away. Look, is that your ideal customer, friends? Is it? Because if you are playing to that, you are not going to be profitable, and there's really no help anybody can give you. So if the idea is I'm going to be in a place and I'm going to accommodate the level of viewer that's going to give me 6 seconds, and if I can give them what they need in that period of time, what is that? For years I've told you that's poverty mindset. Every single one of us has 2 different customers. And you'll recognize this as I spell this out to you. Your one customer that everyone has far too many of them, is your tire kicker. And I mean no disrespect. We've all been this guy. We all love this guy. We want to make sure that we can offer our bargain basement services and our immediacy, things that they're shopping for. They want it quick, they want it fast. If you can meet all their demands, great, but they're shopping for money. They're shopping for a financial picture they have in their mind, their budget, right? They've only got so much that they can use, and they've only got so much time. They want to be satisfied in that instant. And when I talk to local business owners and I ask them to describe to me their ideal client, most times they describe that guy. They describe that guy because he's the most prevalent guy, most prevalent woman. They're calling all the time because they're going from you to the next guy to the next guy, the next guy, and you think you're successful if you grabbed them, if you caught them, and they didn't go to someone else. But you're always giving them your less. Where are you going to get profitability? By selling your high-end products and services. Your profitability comes from recognizing that your ideal client goes after the good stuff. Your ideal client is the one that really needs to know that you've done your due diligence in business, that you are capable of giving them a quality service and product. They need to know that you're legal, that you've gone through the steps that it takes for your own training, and you are an expert in that space. They already have the money. They want to know where they're going to spend it so they don't get sold down the river. And so you've only got 2 different customers. That's it. So ever, the smart business owner, the smart marketer, the smart digital marketer recognizes that if you will use the questions that the low-end customer calls you for to make sure your content is built around that you are going to attract your high-end customer, because that's the proof they need to do business with you. But if you don't let go of one, you can't grab the other. You're too busy, because this guy, if you're putting all your effort into your goldfish, you are going to waste your time. You're going to lose your butt, and you can't. And that kind of work is endless. There comes a time in business, friends, when you're going to move into profitability, that you no longer are going after the low end of business, because someone else is coming on the scene that is capable of doing that, can afford to do it, and needs to prove themselves. Give it to them. Develop a referral base. Get smart here. And let me tell you something, some of you kingdom people, this is a Levitical practice. This is an important thing to understand. It's a concept in business that you get to a spot where then you mentor the next generation, the next group of people coming in, and it tends to be right around 50. All right, so that's an important space for you to be. You don't have to take care of absolutely everyone, but you need to know who does. That is the mark of an excellent business person, and that's the mark of profitability. So here's my advice to you today, my friends. Do not go after goldfish. Instead, realize that you need to swim in a different ocean entirely. Create your own, because that is actually loving your client base. They need to know they can find you. and they can't find you if you're swimming with everybody else. So you need to carve out your own space. Until next time, this is Susan Hamilton. Hey, reach out to me. 214-714-0495. Give me a comment under this post. Message me. We need to talk because I can show you how we're doing it here at OBBM, and it's proving incredibly successful. I'm very proud of the efforts that we're making, and I want to help you operate in your own blue ocean. Until next time, this is Susan Hamilton, Offbeat Business Media.